Here he comes. The
to ever play this game.
One of the brings it every single night for 20 years.
Right. Years from now, people are going to say, man, LeBron James was one of the best players ever.
A single mom, a tough neighborhood, and a kid who refused to be ordinary. LeBron James wasn't just playing basketball, he was surviving, fighting, and learning to dominate from day one. Fast forward to 2025, 20 years in the league, 4 championships, countless records, and still unstoppable. This is the story of relentless drive, unrivaled talent, and the making of a modern legend.
Is he the GOAT?
Someone's gonna say LeBron's my GOAT, hands down, nothing else.
There's nobody that can do what LeBron James does. Nobody.
And by the end of this, you'll see why some call him the GOAT. December 30th, 1984, Akron, Ohio. LeBron Raymond James entered the world under circumstances that could have stopped anyone else. Raised by a single mother in a neighborhood where poverty was common and danger was constant, life wasn't easy. Stability was rare, but even as a child, LeBron carried a fire too big for Akron to contain. Gloria James, barely out of her teens herself, worked tirelessly, juggling jobs, shifting schedules, and sacrificing everything to keep her son safe. She had no blueprint for raising a superstar, just determination and love. Still, LeBron needed an outlet, and he found it on the basketball court. At first, basketball was just a game, a way to escape. But soon the court became a proving ground.
And he's still overachieved. LeBron is better than anyone ever thought.
Coaches noticed his extraordinary size, vision, and instincts. He could anticipate plays before they happened and react with a mix of athleticism and intelligence that left people stunned. What truly set him apart, though, was hunger. While others left after practice, LeBron stayed. Every drill, every pickup game became a chance to sharpen his craft. By the time most kids were worried about cartoons, he was already studying angles, strategies, and ways to dominate. Even in elementary school, his presence was impossible to ignore. Playground games turned legendary, older kids watched in awe, and coaches whispered, "This kid isn't normal." Despite the growing attention, LeBron stayed grounded, driven not by fame, but by a refusal to be ordinary. His environment could have broken him, but it forged him instead. Every setback, every challenge added fuel to his fire. By his teens, LeBron wasn't just a talented kid, he was a force of nature with a destiny that stretched far beyond Akron. The journey from these cracked courts to NBA superstardom was only beginning, and it would change basketball forever.
And what is it hard not to believe the hype at times, or how does that strike you when you say that's what?
It's great to be compared to some of the greats. And when I look at that, I say I want to be like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, not on the court, but off the court.
By the time LeBron James stepped onto the court at St. Vincent St. Mary High School, the country had already begun to take notice. What made him remarkable wasn't just the attention, it was the way he controlled every moment. Every dunk seemed effortless, every pass a stroke of genius, every no-look move proof his mind worked steps ahead of everyone else. ESPN called him the Chosen One, a label that stuck for years, but for LeBron, labels didn't matter. The game did. And he wasn't limited to basketball. On fall Fridays, he played wide receiver and linebacker with the same relentlessness that defined him on the court. His blend of speed, strength, and instinct made him nearly unstoppable. Opponents couldn't tackle him, teammates trusted him to make plays, and coaches marveled. He's not just athletic, he's a football player who happens to play basketball. Still, basketball was the calling that fit his obsession and vision best. Junior year, St. Vincent St. Mary went undefeated. Every game became a showcase of dominance. Fans filled gyms, knowing they were witnessing history. His senior year, the spotlight grew brighter. Colleges lined up, scouts packed the stands, and every game felt like a national event. Yet with all the attention, LeBron never slowed down. He treated practice like the finals, every drill like a test. He didn't just want to win, he wanted to dominate. High school wasn't the peak, it was the launchpad. It revealed the raw talent, fierce competitiveness, and relentless drive that would define him forever. By the time he walked off the court for the last time, one thing was clear: this was only the beginning of a once-in-a-generation rise.
With the first pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
June 26, 2003, the NBA draft. Cleveland, desperate for hope, made its pick. LeBron James, #1 overall. The arena erupted. The cameras flashed. But with the cheers came the crushing weight of expectation. At just 18, LeBron walked across the stage to shake Commissioner David Stern's hand. Hype had followed him for years, from playgrounds to high school gyms, and now he was stepping onto the biggest stage where every mistake would be magnified and every success celebrated. His first game erased all doubt. LeBron wasted no time proving he belonged. Dunks over defenders, clutch shots, and no-look passes that stunned veterans. He played with a fluidity and intelligence beyond his years. Triple-doubles weren't rare, they were becoming routine. By mid-season, it was undeniable. LeBron James wasn't just a rookie, he was a force of nature. Rookie of the Year felt like a formality. He could take over a game, elevate teammates, and carry a franchise on his back. Still, the question lingered, could one player bring Cleveland glory? Fans packed the arena with hope and anxiety, knowing even a prodigy couldn't win alone. But his leadership was already clear. Teammates leaned on him, coaches praised his vision, and opponents quickly learned they couldn't stop him, only hope to survive him. His rookie year settled one thing. LeBron James had arrived, and he wasn't just here to play, he was here to dominate. The journey from phenom to franchise savior had begun. LeBron James' years in Cleveland were a mix of brilliance, heartbreak, and relentless pressure. From the moment he stepped on the court as the #1 overall pick, the city's expectations were sky high. Cleveland hadn't seen a true contender in decades, and LeBron became more than a player. He was a symbol of hope, a savior for a city starved for basketball glory. The early season showcased his raw talent and rapid growth. LeBron's combination of size, skill, and court vision made him unstoppable at times. Yet talent alone couldn't secure playoff victories. Year after year, the Cavaliers fell short. In 2007, LeBron led Cleveland to the NBA Finals, a historic achievement, but the series ended in a sweep by the seasoned San Antonio Spurs. The sting of that defeat was just the beginning. Playoff heartbreak became a recurring theme. Teams like the Celtics, Pistons, and Magic exposed weaknesses in Cleveland's roster. Critics questioned whether LeBron could ever win a championship without established stars. Headlines dissected every mistake. Analysts debated endlessly whether his dominance was enough. But each failure became fuel. LeBron didn't crumble under criticism, he thrived on it. He evolved beyond scoring into a master passer, defensive powerhouse, and unselfish leader. He demanded excellence from teammates, pushing them to rise alongside him. Cleveland was the proving ground where he transformed from prodigy to relentless competitor with a championship mindset. By 2010, LeBron had broken records, earned multiple MVP awards, and carried Cleveland to consecutive playoff appearances. Yet a championship still eluded him. The weight of expectation, the cries of bring a title to Cleveland, and the pressure of being the franchise savior defined his early legacy. Then came July 2010. In a televised special, LeBron announced he was leaving Cleveland to join the Miami Heat, forming a super team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. The city felt betrayed. Jerseys were burned, social media erupted, and critics questioned his loyalty. For LeBron, it wasn't about popularity. It was about chasing championships and cementing his place in history. His departure marked the end of an era in Cleveland and the beginning of a chapter that would define him as not just a superstar, but a basketball icon willing to take risks for greatness. The Cleveland era tested him, forged his competitive fire, and set the stage for a journey that would captivate the world. LeBron James arrived in Miami in the summer of 2010, stepping into a whirlwind of expectation, media scrutiny, and the pressure of forming one of the most talked about super teams in NBA history. Joining forces with Dwayne Wade, the established star, and Chris Bosh, the versatile forward, promised dominance, but chemistry had to be built, egos managed, and the relentless Miami spotlight never forgiving. Every dribble, pass, and dunk was under a microscope. Analysts dissected his every move, social media erupted at every loss. Miami fans demanded victories, while Cleveland fans felt betrayed. LeBron was no longer just a player, he was a symbol of ambition, controversy, and the modern pursuit of greatness. The first season was a period of adjustment. Early struggles tested the team as they learned to mesh talents. LeBron had to adapt from being Cleveland's sole focus to sharing the spotlight, distributing responsibility while maintaining the intensity that defined him. Slowly, Wade's explosiveness, Bosh's versatility, and LeBron's all-around dominance created a synergy that became unstoppable. Then came 2012. After months of hard-fought battles, Miami reached the finals. Facing the Oklahoma City Thunder, LeBron elevated his game. Every clutch shot, rebound, and defensive play showed his evolution from prodigy to leader. When the final buzzer sounded and Miami secured its first championship with LeBron at the helm, doubters were silenced. He was no longer just a superstar, he was a champion. 2013 brought even higher stakes. The Heat faced the San Antonio Spurs in the finals, a team that had humbled them the year before. Game 6 became legendary. With seconds remaining and the score tied, LeBron drove for a clutch finish under immense pressure, leaving fans gasping and analysts scrambling for words. In that instant, he had transcended from great to legend. In Miami, LeBron didn't just win games, he redefined leadership in the modern NBA. 2 championships, back-to-back MVP performances, and unforgettable finals moments cemented his status not just as a star, but as a force capable of changing the course of any game, any series, at any moment. Even amidst celebration, questions lingered: could this dynasty last? Could LeBron continue to dominate under scrutiny, younger challengers, and the physical toll of a grueling NBA schedule? One thing was certain: he had arrived at a level few had ever reached, and the basketball world would never look at him the same way again. In 2014, LeBron James made a decision that shocked the basketball world. He returned home to Cleveland, the city that had watched him grow from prodigy to superstar, desperate for its first NBA championship. The expectations were monumental. LeBron wasn't just a player, he was the heartbeat of a franchise, the symbol of hope for a city long starved for sports glory. Every pass, dunk, and timeout was scrutinized, and the pressure was immense. The Cavaliers built a strong team around him, with Kyrie Irving's scoring brilliance and Kevin Love's versatility. But challenges were never far behind. In 2016, they faced the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals, a team that had rewritten the record books with 73 wins, widely considered unbeatable. After 3 games, Cleveland fell 3-1 behind. History seemed set, and the world expected the Warriors to clinch the title. But LeBron thrived under pressure. Game 5 became a back-and-forth battle, with his leadership inspiring teammates to fight for every possession. Game 6 was a masterclass in resilience, every shot and defensive stand a statement. Then came Game 7, the defining moment. Late in the 4th quarter, Andre Iguodala sliced through the lane for a seemingly guaranteed basket. LeBron flew across the court, timing his jump perfectly, and blocked the layup, a play replayed for decades, embodying his determination, timing, and unyielding will. Moments later, Kyrie Irving sank a 3-pointer over Stephen Curry, giving Cleveland a lead they wouldn't relinquish. When the final buzzer sounded, the Cavaliers were champions. The city erupted. LeBron had done more than win a title. He erased a 3-1 deficit against the greatest regular season team in history, delivering a moment that would echo through sports history. LeBron's legend was cemented. He returned home, carried the weight of an entire city, and emerged victorious. Yet even as confetti fell, it was clear his story was far from over. Championships, MVPs, and records still awaited, and his career remained a testament to resilience, leadership, and an unstoppable drive to conquer every challenge. LeBron James's journey eventually took him out west to Los Angeles. A new team, a new arena, a new set of expectations, but the mission was the same: dominate, win, and leave a mark that transcends generations. Partnering with Anthony Davis, a superstar in his own right, LeBron quickly turned the Lakers into a championship contender. The 2020 season was unlike any other. A global pandemic forced games into the bubble in Orlando. Fans weren't in arenas, the atmosphere was surreal, and the pressure intense. But LeBron thrived. He adapted, led, and elevated his team, capturing his 4th NBA championship and proving he could excel in any environment. But his story in Los Angeles was about more than trophies. It became a testament to longevity and evolution. Nearly 2 decades in, LeBron didn't slow down. He adjusted his game, perfected his shooting, conserved energy, mentored younger stars, and still dominated. By 2022, he was more than a player. He was an institution, a standard by which greatness was measured. Off the court, his influence grew. Business ventures, philanthropy, and activism showcased a man who understood his platform. He built schools, advocated for social justice, and became a role model not just for athletes, but for anyone striving to make an impact. LeBron wasn't just winning games, he was shaping culture, redefining success, and inspiring millions. As 2025 approaches, the question isn't whether LeBron will continue to dominate, it's how he will continue to reshape the game. At 40, most athletes have retired, yet LeBron remains elite. Every dunk, no-look pass, and clutch shot proves age is irrelevant when talent, drive, and intelligence meet unwavering dedication. From Akron to Los Angeles, LeBron's journey is a saga of relentlessness, adaptability, and longevity. From a boy in a tough neighborhood to a high school phenom, from a rookie carrying a franchise to a seasoned champion in Miami and Cleveland, and finally to a veteran redefining the Lakers' legacy. Every chapter shows evolution and dominance. By 2025, LeBron has rewritten what it means to sustain excellence in professional basketball. Every season, game, and highlight adds to a legacy few can comprehend. His longevity allows him not only to compete with the best, but to chase milestones and shatter records that define the sport's history, a story that naturally leads into the records, stats, and milestones, cementing his place among the all-time greats. LeBron James' career is defined by longevity, dominance, and historic achievements. A 4-time NBA champion and 4-time Finals MVP, he has been selected to 19 All-Star games, 13 All-NBA first teams, and 6 All-Defensive teams. Over his career, he has accumulated more than 38,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds, making him the only player in NBA history to reach all 3 milestones. He also holds the records for most career minutes played, most career field goals attempted, and the most All-Star and All-NBA team selections. Beyond sheer numbers, LeBron has achieved feats no other player has, averaging a triple-double in a calendar month at age 33, scoring 25-plus points per game in 20 consecutive seasons, and delivering 50-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, and 10-plus assists at age 40. From his earliest records to his most recent milestones, LeBron's career is a testament to his unparalleled talent, work ethic, and ability to dominate at the highest level for nearly 2 decades. LeBron James isn't just a basketball player. He's a leader in every sense of the word. On the court, he elevates teammates, inspires young players, and demonstrates a basketball IQ few can match. Off the court, his influence is just as profound. The I Promise School in Akron stands as a living testament to his commitment to education and community, providing resources, mentorship, and hope to children who might otherwise face impossible odds. Beyond education, LeBron uses his platform to speak out on social justice issues, advocate for equality, and support causes that uplift communities nationwide. From establishing scholarship programs to funding youth initiatives, he's actively shaping the next generation while simultaneously redefining what it means to be a modern athlete. Even as he continues to chase championships and shatter records, LeBron's story isn't only about points, rebounds, or titles. It's about impact, influence, and leaving a legacy that transcends basketball, a story of someone who refuses to limit himself to a single court or a single chapter in history. And if you think his journey is only about hoops, you haven't been paying attention. The debate has raged for decades. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and now LeBron James. Every generation has its icons, every era its heroes. But comparing across eras isn't simple. Jordan dominated the 90s, 6 championships, undefeated in finals, the embodiment of competitive fire. Kobe carried the torch in the 2000s with unmatched skill and killer instinct. Kareem's skyhook and longevity defined a different age of basketball. Then comes LeBron, a player who has done it all in every era. 4 NBA championships, 4 Finals MVPs, 19 All-Star appearances, over 38,000 points, 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds, and still going strong in 2025. LeBron combines the scoring prowess of Jordan, the versatility of Magic Johnson, and the longevity rarely seen in sports history. He has carried struggling teams to the finals, adapted to every style of play, and evolved as both a scorer and a playmaker over 20 years. The debate often circles back to Jordan, the standard bearer. MJ never lost in the finals, critics say. He had the ultimate killer instinct. And it's true, Jordan's dominance in the 90s is unmatched. But LeBron brings a different type of greatness, the ability to transcend teams, adapt to the modern game, and maintain elite performance well into his late 30s and early 40s. He has faced stacked super teams, high-pressure situations, and the relentless scrutiny of the social media era, and he still delivers. Some argue that championships define the GOAT. Others focus on stats, versatility, or influence. By every measure, longevity, impact, consistency, leadership, and versatility, LeBron's resume is unprecedented. He's redefined what it means to be a complete player, one who can dominate scoring, passing, rebounding, and defense simultaneously, while also shaping the culture of the game off the court. The truth is, the GOAT debate may never be settled. Fans will always have their favorites, and basketball will always generate endless arguments. But when you look at LeBron James' career, his records, his resilience, his ability to carry teams, and his influence both on and off the court, one fact becomes clear: he belongs at the very top of the conversation, and many would argue he is in fact the greatest of all time. From the streets of Akron to the bright lights of Los Angeles, from a high school prodigy who stunned the nation to a global icon who transcends the game, LeBron James has lived a story few could ever imagine. Every dunk, every clutch shot, every record shattered is a testament to relentless drive, unmatched talent, and an unbreakable will. It's inspired generations, not just on the court, but off it, shaping communities, mentoring young athletes, and proving that greatness is about more than stats. And yet, even with all he's accomplished, the question lingers: is he the greatest to ever touch a basketball? One thing is certain: LeBron James' legacy isn't finished. Every game, every moment, every challenge is another chapter in a story still being written. For more stories that define the game, the legends, and the moments that leave us speechless, hit subscribe. This is Clutch, and the journey is far from over.